An unreached people group known as the Dasaanach lives isolated in northern Kenya. They serve the god of the lake, known to them as the god of darkness. And that is how they have lived, in darkness, with little access to the gospel.
Most Dasaanach people have never heard about Jesus. They live in poverty with no hope for the future. I knew that God was calling me to reach this tribe with the good news of hope and salvation through Jesus Christ. When I went to their village, I brought the Jesus film and invited people to come watch. What started off as a crowd of 100 quickly grew to 2,000 people. Among the attendees was John, the local village elder.
I saw a large crowd gathering and intended to break up the meeting. Then I saw the movie playing. I'd never seen one before. I joined the group and watched the incredible story of Jesus unfold. Everyone was overwhelmed with emotion, tears streaming down their faces as they watched Jesus suffer at the hands of the Roman soldiers. I was also overcome with emotion. In fact, I was so distraught at Jesus' treatment that I threw a stone at the screen, attempting to halt his torture. As I ran behind the screen to defend Jesus from the Romans, I scolded others for sitting idle while Jesus suffered. It was only then I realized there was no one behind the screen. I couldn't stop what was happening. So I watched in horror as the perfect Son of God was crucified. I was broken, realizing that it was because of and for me that Jesus died. When he rose from the dead, I determined that he was indeed the Savior of the world, that he was my Savior.
After the film, John committed his life to the Lord. 1,500 others also indicated a desire to follow Jesus.
Peter and I led my entire household to the Lord. Now we live for Jesus and tell others about him. I help lead a fellowship of 50 people under a tree. Many in my village have been baptized in the very lake where we used to worship the God of darkness. Now we live in the light. We are seeing more and more people come to the Lord as we make disciples both here and in the surrounding villages.
Now the work begins. Each month I will make the 2-day journey through the desert terrain to serve and train the Dasaanach people to make disciples and plant churches. I am excited and committed to ministering to this community and raising up Dasaanach church planters so that this people group can be won for Jesus.